Hello, Facebook friends and family. Once again, this is Orange Naranja. Orange Naranja. The oranges naranja on the tree. Orange, orange. Orange, you glad to be my neighbor. So today is Facebook Live number 15. That means I'm halfway there. Have 15 more to go. That's in 2 weeks. And I think I made great progress. Made a lot of great friends, shared a lot of valuable thoughts and perceptions, and share the love. Share the love. Love is my religion. I share the love. So today I'm going to be talking about your inner God. Namaste. My inner divine being bows down and respects, honors your inner divine being, godlike in nature. So I'll just give it a few, see who jumps on. Of course, my beautiful wife, last me, Miss Orange Naranja, is here. Good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Beautiful morning to you. Nice day in NYC. Cool, calm, breezy. Walking to work. About to dedicate a 13-hour day to work. I love my job just because I get to speak with people, meet more beautiful souls, and I'm all about connections, connect the dots, pieces to the puzzles, and everything like that. So so let's talk about your inner God. Everybody has it. Everybody, me, you, everybody. As human beings, we have this privilege, and it should be respected. We have to be aware of it first, aware of the power of God inside of us. So we are vehicles. Our body is a vehicle. Our consciousness is that of God through us, and through this vehicle, we're here to carry out His will. So we need to be very careful, choose wisely on what we do, and the good that we bring, how we do it, and things of that nature. Sometimes the question is not how, because when you get the why, when you ask yourself why, and you get the answers to the why, the how naturally comes by itself. So pretty much, it's like I was reading in a book that recapped it. We are all one consciousness. None of us are different from the other. And with this consciousness, we are the consciousness of God. So it's the consciousness of God, each one of us, inside each one of us. The only thing that differentiates us from one another is the physical. So the physical, the body, is the only thing that differentiates each and every one of us. But the consciousness is all the same. And our vehicles, we ourselves, our spirit, are here to carry out God's will. So in understanding that, you can see how close we are to God, how we are God, how we don't actually need to look up at the sky for God or look somewhere else in outer space for God. God is already inside of us, and He's already in every living being here. We're here as a vehicle so God may experience life itself through us. So think about this. When you see something beautiful and you appreciate its beauty, and you look at all the intricate details, you are worshiping God. You are glorifying God. Glory be to His name, the Creator, the Supreme Being, the one that created us in His likeness. You are making God happy. When you share a smile, when you share a joke, remember the best medicine out there is laughter. Laughter is the best medicine. Man, can laughter, can a smile turn a whole situation around like magic? And this is your magic to use whenever you choose. Melinda's on. Hello, good morning. Thank you for watching, for listening. So with great views, so we're godlike in nature, and once you become aware of it and you become responsible of it, comes the power. So with great power comes responsibility. So this God inside of you consciousness. Your body is a temple, and your heart is the priest. And women, your heart is the priestess. So right here, we don't discriminate. Priest and priestess, or whatever you choose to be, that is your heart. So it's like I was reading a quote earlier, and it talks about how it describes human beings as a set of electrical wires. You know how electrical wires allows and facilitates for current, light, to go through it, and it funnels it, it carries it through the wire from beginning destination to the end destination. So in this sense, we are the wires to God's will. So through us, He sheds His light on this world, and with everybody and everything and every living being. So be aware of this, because with great power comes great responsibilities. Another thing I wanted to talk about is this inner God. Once you become aware of it, nurture it, respect it, care for it, listen to it. It's all. We need to align ourselves with the Word of God. And what do I mean by the Word of God? The Word of God means divine messages, a group of divine messages. Jesus, the Christ, the Anointed One, is described as the Word of God. He came here to bring messages, an enlightened being, to bring messages, to show us the way of how we should act and the way that we can use our power. As you can see, if you follow the Bible, or if you see any enlightened character, person, you will see that they mostly speak of peace. They're at peace. And through their trials and tribulations, they are able to face it with deep serenity, devotion, and willpower. Something that develops over time. I don't believe many people are born with it, but these are something, as I mentioned, Shakespeare said it. The world is a stage, and every day is a day to practice. Doesn't say exactly like that, but something along the lines. So we're constantly practicing. We're constantly practicing to get to our destination. And it's not pretty much a destination, because it's always ongoing. As everybody that knows physics knows that energy does not die, energy does not stop. It goes from one thing to the next. So even a rock has energy, and it's vibrating. It's vibrating so fast that it's actually seems to the human eye that it's not moving. So yeah. So when you align yourself with the Word of God, when you trust that inner voice, that's God talking to you. When it's aligned with the Word of God and you trust that inner voice, you will see how your life takes a dramatic change. And God will not only supply you with what you need, will arm you with the armor, with your shield, with your sword, against spiritual attacks, against physical attacks, against any other attacks towards your being, towards your family. These are things that happen when you're aligned with the Word of God. And everything just happens so naturally. So pretty much what I come to the conclusion is that we are an instrument of God to carry out His will. And when we stop resisting of what our true calling is, we are aligned with His words. And no longer do you have to doubt. No longer do you have to be in need. No longer do you have to worry, because God handles everything. And let's say things happen for a reason. It's just like I was saying, there are no positive or negative events. There are no positive or negative people. everything in life should be viewed as neutral. So once you view things as neutral, without polar opposites, it's the beginning of acceptance. That things happen for reasons, and there are lessons to be learned if you so but pay attention. Like I talked about, a great tool to use is doubt. Always doubt, trust, but always verify. So that's one thing that I have been practicing for a while, that I learned a little while back. Trust what people tell you, but always verify. Don't take anything at face value. And with these things, it's remarkable how when I stopped resisting and started living by the word of God, how many more connections I have gotten, how much brighter my days have been, how much joy I'm full, how much love I have to share. And it is said that as above, so below. So anything that happens as above, below here happens as well. And remember, always stay humble. Your ego can try to get the best of you, but you need to have a disciplined mind. Our God-like nature does not mix well with the ego, with selfishness. Does not mix well, because that's a recipe for disaster. So first, we have to put down the ego, and then we have to, once we recognize, we have to put down the ego and then recognize and follow through our God-like nature. Nurture it, cultivate it, give thanks and gratitude. I am grateful. These are the three things that I'm grateful for today. I'm grateful for the many breathing sessions I was able to fit in right before work today at home. I am grateful to have a half an hour walking distance from my house to my workplace that allows me to walk freely and to gather my thoughts and to be here and speak with everybody. So it gives me plenty of time. I am grateful for the light breakfast that I had this morning that was filling, it was nourishing, it was healthy, and it wasn't too much and it wasn't too little. It was just right. I am grateful. I know I said 3, but I am grateful right now for this pleasant wind, which feels cool against my skin, and it feels easy on my lungs, and it tastes just right to my taste buds. So with that said, just gave the message for today on this Facebook Live, number 15. It's a pleasure always speaking, interacting with everybody. If anybody has any questions, wants to discuss anything, I will be more freely and more happy to do that. Peace, love, light, and many blessings. And let me see, my wife asked me, wrote something, we must to connect with our inner self to correct and to find answers. We don't need to look for any other answers or learning outside. We have everything inside of us. I listen to people, but I trust my intuition. It never fails. If I feel it in my chest and stomach, that's the right answer. We must trust our intuition. That inner voice is telling us the right answers. Okay, this goes along something really quick that I read yesterday, that it says that the issue with education is that it teaches aside that they throw education on people, and most of the knowledge or most of the education gained from that is very little, because most of it is not practical. You cannot practice it immediately, so you'll forget about it soon, or excuse me, it's just not practical in real world situations. And the most biggest issue with education is that education is learning or teaching on external factors. So it's learning and teaching of the external world. It's not learning and teaching yourself from the inner world, where intelligence comes from. You know, you might be smart, or the person might be smart from education, but how far will that carry you when you are driven by an intelligent being who gives you wisdom, who gives you knowledge, who gives you perseverance, who arms you with patience, who arms you with peace, who arms you with knowledge to get out of situations that no longer serve you. So with that said, this is Facebook Live number 15, Orange Naranja, coming to you live. Until tomorrow, thank you very much. Thank you for watching. Bye.